Welcome back to Gear Check Games. This is episode 47 of our Kingdom Hearts 1.5 for the PS4 playthrough.
And I have no idea how things came to this.
Yeah, everything seemed kind of like normal until Ansem decided that we were too close and he needed to gross us out to push us away from him emotionally.
This is just what happens at the end of Final Fantasy games.
Yeah. It's just weird that it happened in this one.
Fair.
The one that's supposed to be like the kid-friendly one.
Like, remember when Kefka was just a regular clown in the first phase of the fight? And then when you select, like, you have to select teams to fight different parts of him, he becomes literally God?
Yeah. He turns into, like, a tree of angels and demons.
And it's very difficult to have like a studio version of Dancing Mad.
Some flashbacks.
The Kefka's theme, Dancing Mad, it's very, very difficult to have like a recording of it because it's a responsive theme that has like bits composed for it for different stages of the fight. And when you when you get to the next stage of the fight, it like transitions to the next bit. And there's like ways that it transitions based on where you are in the song.
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
I'm just
I never like remembered the design of these things because you don't really like see them. You just they just kind of blend in with the background most of the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even remember these Heartless. I don't think I've ever seen them before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because they only really appear if you like stray too far away from Ansem, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're there so you don't... Because they designed a terrible boss. And they're like, hey, you can't get too close to him without getting hit. So you need to have something to build your MP off of. It's like, well, why not just make a phase of the fight where you can do that?
Like this one right here?
Like this one. But then they'll throw in these little lasers that come at you from nowhere and just break any combo that you want to get off on him. Like, I understand that there's some grinding that would help a lot with this. And maybe even a stronger Keyblade.
Well, I think you're supposed to stop attacking him when the lasers
Yeah, I
come
think
out
you're supposed
and
to
dodge
get
those.
out of the lasers.
Oof.
Also, I'm pretty sure you had 3 bars of MP there, so...
3. What was I thinking?
Thank God
yes,
for cutscene skip.
The skip scene button.
Yeah.
Anyway, take 2.
I ain't gonna make you guys suffer through that again. But yeah, I discovered that I just had to, like, farm health and mana off the little Heartless guys. I don't know what they're called.
We'll call them
I wasn't putting arrow up as much the first time as I am the second time.
Yeah, if
So
you're
that
gonna
makes this
employ
part
the
of-
whole get up close and beat him and tank hits strategy, you're gonna need some defense
Yeah.
this stage in the game.
I don't know if arrow goes away after so many hits or if it's timed.
I think
How
it's
does that
purely
work?
timed, because I think that it just takes a, like, percentage off of damage.
So is
Yeah,
it fair to
bar
say
off
here
on
that
it.
like
That's
even
good.
Ansem isn't immune to the corrosive effects of darkness or whatever?
Well,
Yeah.
Same
if
as
this
the
were
other like, Disney
Ansem,
villains.
Well, isn't that like the thing? Like no one's immune to it.
yeah, were
Like,
this Ansem, you would be correct. But no,
Yeah,
yeah.
turn to darkness, Sora. Don't you want a giant boat monster to be attached to?
Yeah, where does he
Freaking
keep
awesome.
that when he's?
Sora gets a giant raft monster.
Yeah, this sort of
Called
just
the
reflects
Dark Wind.
what kind of boat you prefer. Although maybe in Sora's case it'd be the gummy ship. Although, no, that wasn't his creation. That was just something that Mickey had laying around.
Yeah.
It was just,
Yeah, who designed? Was Chip and Dale the designers of the red and yellow gummy ship?
I don't know, actually.
well, they are the chief
They are
engineers.
like the gummy engineers. What a time to be talking about Chip and Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's perfectly appropriate, because as you know, Chip and Dale never wear shirts and they do sexy dances at your table.
It's true.
Okay, moving on from that. Yeah, this boss is just like there's nothing. It looks like a Final Fantasy enemy, and like, you know, of course it does. But there's nothing else really in this game. Like the Heartless, you know, they don't really match with the Disney stuff, but they kind of have their own cohesive style, like amongst themselves. This thing is just completely out of left field.
Yeah, this is
Design-wise.
This is pure SquareSoft Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
which is like, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, the first Kingdom Hearts was published by SquareSoft, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
originally.
And then
It was one of their last games. It was
Yeah.
this and FF10, wasn't it?
yeah.
That were like the last Square Soft games.
Yeah, the only other Kingdom Hearts game besides this that I've completed is 2. But even in that game, that like Dan said, that game has kind of a similar final boss but like in reverse. But even in that case, you know, the big dragon and like the suit of armor that you fight, they still look like they fit in with the art style of like the nobody enemies. But I don't know. Maybe after this, they just felt like better dial it back.
Well,
But I do like how like weird and insane this boss design is.
So, like, after Squaresoft merged with Enix, they kind of stopped doing designs like this in general. Like, and I'm not entirely sure why. Probably just, like, some creative heads that didn't really gel with it or something. But, like, yeah, so since this is one of the last Squaresoft games, and the only Squaresoft Kingdom Hearts game, I believe, it doesn't surprise me that this is also the only place where this wacky design shows up.
I wonder if that was one of the reasons. Like, they spent a lot of money and a lot of Disney's money developing this.
Yeah, Disney was like, "Are you serious?"
I mean, honestly, it's probably just a matter of whatever artist was with the team that did this and was maybe not with the team later when they stopped doing this.
Well, and then I
Yeah.
think that's something that just happens with, you know, any long-running series. Is that over time, they get a better idea of what they perceive the appeal of the series to be, and kind of like cater the art style accordingly. Just look at New
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers. Where, like, you know, in past Mario games, each game had like its own art style and enemies that looked like slightly different. Until New Super Mario Brothers came along, it was like every Goomba is going to use the same model from this point forward.
Yeah.
Same with all the other guys, same model.
Hashtag save the Galoombas.
Yeah, save them.
That's
Stop! He's already dead.
Oh, I
You know,
wish you were correct, Dan.
Yeah.
That's the first. That was only the first phase of 5.
Fine then. Have your friends back. See if I care if you can use summons again.
Oh yeah, that would make
I
this
love the
fight
little cartoon
really easy.
skull on the heart in the middle. Hey,
Oh man, I love these little rooms. There's like no other rooms like these in the
the
entire
90s
game.
laser tag
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
I also
For a second, I thought they dropped it a crafting item, and then Sora's just like, what am I gonna do with this?
I
Can't go back to the
absolutely
movies.
love fighting swarms of shadows.
Yeah, you can't even
Yeah.
save after defeating Ansem, can you?
No, the last place you can even save is the final rest.
God, what is it? Yeah, Final Rest.
I know in
And
Kingdom
really
Hearts.
filling up your mega potions.
I know in Kingdom Hearts 2 you can save after the final boss because it's like a prerequisite for unlocking like the Lingering Will.
Well, I think you can save after the final boss and maybe the remaster or whatever. I don't know if you could in the original.
Right.
That was probably my best post-boss Keyblade arc slowdown that ever happened ever.
And it
I'm
wasn't
proud of
even
that
against
one.
a boss.
Yeah, but this is one of those classic. I completely forgot where that sentence was going. Joe, what was the last thing you said?
I've already forgotten.
Oh, it was about save points. Yeah, this is one of those classic games where you can beat the final boss, but like there's no way of really showing that after
Yeah.
the credits because the last save point was before the final boss.
It's all
Yeah.
about that 100%.
I forget, how do you get the little crown in 2 if you want to wear it?
Oh boy. Well,
I
Trey.
think there's like 3 different crowns
Yeah, there's
you
a
can
there's a
get.
bronze crown, a silver crown, and a gold crown, and you get them
Oh.
for completing 3 tasks in any order you so choose. defeating the Mushroom 13, defeating the 13 Organization Data rematches, and defeating the Lingering Will each get you 1 tier of the crown in the order that you do them.
It's so weird
And
that
you need those to platinum.
one of the things that gets you a crown is defeating mushrooms.
Well, not necessarily defeating the mushrooms, but clearing their really picky and arbitrary minigames.
So it's basically there for people who want to experience all the game, all of it.
And you need
To a fault.
all 3 crowns to get the platinum trophy for Kingdom Hearts 2. So
I think if you're playing,
yeah.
and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if you're playing on critical mode, the only thing you have to do to unlock, and I say that, haha, the only thing, you have to do to unlock the ending movie, or the secret ending movie, is get like the gold crown by clearing those 3 objectives.
most likely.
So if you're not in critical mode, what else do you have to do?
You
Probably,
have to
like,
complete
synthesize the
Jiminy's
Ultima
journal, which, on top of everything else you have to do, I would say is just like a bridge too far. So, my advice to anyone looking to quote-unquote 100% Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix, if you do decide to do that, I would recommend just like biting the bullet and doing it on critical mode.
Hey, hold on a minute.
Because you...
Or do it on normal mode and just watch the secret cutscene on YouTube.
Is it?
But if
So-
you're insane, like me, do it on critical mode. Actually, no, I haven't done it. I did it on proud mode.
Now hold on just a second. Isn't the series that's coming after this and replacing it Metroid Prime?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about filling out journals?
Hey, but in that one, it's like you see a thing in the environment and you just scan it. It's not like filling out Jiminy's journal is like get a high score on this minigame by playing like basically perfectly with these mechanics that are used nowhere else in the game.
Or collect 20 of every single synthesis item in the game.
Oh my god. Yeah, the ones that have like a less than 1% drop. Yeah, that's fun. That's great. I love it.
Well, Joe,
Not just
if
one,
you're
20 of each.
Yeah.
if you're good and
Jiminy has to make absolutely sure.
if you're good and perfectly average statistically, you'll only have to fight 2,000 of that enemy before you get the requisite number of drops.
Yay. Which is extra fun for the enemies that take like 10 minutes to fight.
I love time wasting.
or that
RPG
have a small
mechanics.
chance to even spawn to begin with.
So now we get to fight this angry fellow.
Yeah. I like this part.
He looks kind of like the ghost train from Final Fantasy VI.
I like that this guy has more
Yeah.
animation in his face than most of the Disney characters we've encountered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sora,
I guess-
Goofy's
also-
pose. It's like he can't bear to look at this thing, but he also can't bear to look away.
I guess. Additionally, he also kind of looks like Doom Train from Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh yeah.
Sora needs to use the suplex maneuver.
Yeah.
Right
This
on
thing
the
that
Doom
just
train.
looks like a monster that's out of Doom.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can see that.
It has no skin, bared teeth, and it looks like it's hamburger.
Goofy has so much HP.
Yeah. He has 1 HP for every bit of animation in his face.
Okay, I know. I said in the big, long, heartless battle that like, oh, I like this because it makes you feel satisfied for having endured so many enemy encounters and like making it this far. And maybe it's because this is the 5th episode we've recorded in a single session, but like, does the boss really need to have this much health? We get it. You hit him a bunch of times.
Yeah,
They,
we're
they
like
really want to make
3
sure
hours deep in
that
this.
has a lot of screen time. Because a bunch of designers and animators worked really hard on this boss.
Though I do have to
20
say,
years
having
ago.
Metal Chocobo equipped and watching those health bars just go ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk is one of the most satisfying things in the world. Because they just like melt. Metal Chocobo just
Is it-
melts.
Is it a little stronger than the
I think
Oblivion
it's
and...
the highest strength Keyblade in the game.
Oh,
Alright,
I didn't
time
know
to
that.
get Vord.
Uh-oh. Put on your gas mask.
Oh yeah, you don't have to fight these before you go in there, but it helps when you come out, I think.
Oh yeah, I just realized Donald is in there. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't they just...
He got mistaken for a Thanksgiving turkey.
I like that you didn't say like a Christmas duck.
It's microscopic,
No.
but it'll have to do. There's not a whole lot to eat here in the darkness.
It's
Oh
like
no,
now
do
that
I,
we've just-
do I detect the silhouettes of some invisibles?
You do.
Oh no.
it's
Not only is this room dark, now we have to deal with invisibles and their disappearing acts.
It's like that scene from the old Mickey Mouse cartoon where they're cutting the bread and they slice it so thin that you can see.
And then Donald tries.
Honestly, do we really need Donald back this badly?
Yeah, I mean, we made
I
it
need
this
those
far without him. I think we'd be fine.
He has had some clutch heals. This version of Donald is okay. He gets a pass.
The Donald of this timeline.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Is it a worthy trade-off? I guess.
The
I guess if
Donald
it
of
progresses the boss fight.
The Donald of the timeline where Goofy was the one who had to go and get the pizza. I've been watching Community
understand that
recently.
reference.
The final wiggle.
Oh,
That was a good final wiggle.
It was. I'm glad it happened. I just really wanted to make sure my DualShock 4 was in working order for all 30 hours I played this game.
Consecutively,
Oh.
of course.
Oh yeah, I did it all at once.
Oh no!
that was a Power Rangers boss death.
My
Well, he's
front
not sailing
section.
that thing out of here.
It'll be a real Power Rangers boss death if he flips forward at the camera way after the fireworks at his feet go off.
I don't know if this was intentional, but the skull drawn on his heart kind of looks like the poison apple from
From
Snow White and the Seven
yeah,
Dwarfs.
From that one
Yeah.
Disney movie.
Yeah.
I wonder if people have the skull heart emblem tattooed anywhere on their bodies.
It's unlikely.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone has this little guy's face tattooed on their body.
Oh
Aw.
yeah, that reminds me.
looks-
Hey Google,
He look-
remind me in 10 minutes to have Trey tell me who has that tattoo.
Oh
Remind me in 10
yeah.
minutes to get that tattooed on me.
Also, those little skulls by the googly face kind of look like Grimm from the Grim Tales of Billy and Mandy.
I could see that. Or like fleshless Eliza from Skullgirls.
He's like, Grimm's like, this wasn't my first job.
Why, Grim?
Guys, get out of there.
Why do the good die young? Usually because I get confused.
Is that a real line?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
You have awakened Porky from his capsule.
I forgot to turn off my alarm again.
Oh no.
Alarmageddon. So now we
Wait.
get to do the same thing again, but better
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah, this time.
Yeah,
we had
because
Donald
this
and Goofy.
time you just have Donald and Goofy take out at least 2 of his health bars.
But for
by
some reason, we
themselves.
still can't use summon.
That's right, Donald.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're gonna do, isn't it? Isn't it? You're gonna actually help with the boss, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he has different moves this time, like wind
Like-
power.
Trembling in place.
Yeah. And more lasers.
And all the forces of hell.
Yeah. Like this, inarguably this part of this is so much easier than doing it solo, which I'm surprised they didn't reverse that.
I
I think they may have pitch shifted Billy Zane down a little bit for this boss.
It's possible.
Makes sense.
They wanted you to fight with your friends. But yeah, most likely
They wanna-
they pitch shifted him down because he's large now.
Yeah. He's roughly the size of a barge,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you
that's
might
true.
say.
That's why
Every last
Gaston.
inch
Yeah.
of him's covered in darkness.
That's why Gaston isn't in this game because Darkness Ansem has been taking all of his eggs. He's just
Yeah.
too scrawny
Now with Ansem out of the way, Gaston can move in for the kill.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good arc.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. That's the
So-
end of the series.
Yeah. Ansem's gone. Finished. Done.
No more Kingdom Hearts videos on this channel. No more Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah. It's just Gaston's darkness from now on. Well, next time we'll see what the repercussions are of destroying a shirtless man in the void of space. We will see you then.
Wait a minute. If you rearrange the letters in Gaston, or rather spell it backwards, it spells not sag.
All right. Bye, everyone.